breaking bread with the muggles. They said I wouldn't make it, now they looking puzzled. They said I wouldn't take it, I to go and hustle. Get the bag, it ain't never getting fumbled. In the jack, but we came up from the bottom. Through the cracks, let the light pour in. Have a blast, got the drinks pour in. Take a risk like it's a short thing. Going in, yeah, I'm going all in. Getting food out, yeah, you can bring a friend. Dive right in, let's go. Move forward and dip in your toe. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah. Dive right in, let's go. Move forward and dip in your toe. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah. I just do see you laters, no goodbyes. New flows, new highs, through the dark clouds, see the blue skies. It will be I-J-U-A. It's a new day, ride in the storm like a new wave. Shake, 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 move it to the beat now. Got the heat now, deep down, we know. Dive right in, let's go. Move forward and dip in your toe. Let the rhythm take control.
Let's let it flow, baby.
Dive right in, let's go.
Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, about to cut them puppies loose. Feeling extra frisky this afternoon, boys and girls. It is Thanksgiving Eve. Not quite Christmas Eve, but damn near good enough, boys and girls. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You look fantastic. We got a great show in store for you guys today. Steve, how are you feeling, big guy?
Oh my gosh, I am amazing. That intro right there, way better than what we had before. It was getting things kicked off on the right foot.
I'm hot.
Yeah. I mean, we've been grooving a little bit here before the cameras went live. We've been bouncing around to a couple different songs, getting the mojo going, getting the juices flowing for us. Let's go.
Feeling good. People are asking, what was that song called? It's called "It's Going Down" by Sawa. I mean, what else would it be called, and who else would it be by? Okay, let's get it on, baby. Let's drop a like. Let's get buck nasty with it. We have a fantastic story for you guys today. It's FSU Hate Week. Steve, you've been on the wrong side this week of the phone calls. I appreciate you being a good sport. I have a few phone calls I'm going to have to make, and I think it's only right that you're on the line to at least say hey to your fans. I got some numbers emailed to me over the last few days here. I feel like we'd be doing a disservice if we didn't call. By all means, you can call a few if you want to. I feel like it's only fair. So we'll get into that as the show goes on a little bit later on. But sure, we're going to go over the depth chart. Massive news coming out of Gainesville. Nobody's playing. We're going to get into recruiting just a little bit, kind of touch on it because I think things are going to start heating up. So we'll see how that plays out. Ohio versus Michigan, it's the game of the week in my opinion. So we got to talk about that as an individual topic because it's iconic. The Pick'ems, we got some breaking news on our Pick'ems. And then it's Thanksgiving. We're feeling thankful. We appreciate you guys, the fans, the chat, the one that comes and hang out with us every week and listen to our just nonsense, just rolling through these. I don't even know what we're doing half the time, but I appreciate you guys' support. We are very thankful and love you guys very much. So we wanted to show you guys some love and do a classic duck race for the boys, okay? And get this show rolling.
Oh my gosh! I mean, look. It's the holiday season. I don't know how you celebrate holidays without a duck race. We got some stuff, and maybe even a little forecasting on an idea that Shelton and I were just kicking around here a little bit ago. A little something to keep the holiday spirit up and keep the love flowing through the family. So it's gonna be a great night.
I love it. Let's say hey to the chat because that's what we do, and then let's gonna dive right into it because boys and girls, it's about to get nasty. Make sure to drop a like though before we even get it started because. It's Thanksgiving. Let's be thankful that we're live today, okay? Mr. Wiggs, what's up? How we doing, buddy? BB! Clint Watson, what up, Steve? You're a good sport, bud. No suck.
Hate week is strong with this one. I see him already.
Florida boy on one. What's up, Gabe? Johnny, how we doing? Mike Litteris. Heyo. Riddler.
Hey.
Muscles and Mascara. Austin Neely. Money Green. Between the Hedges. Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh,
Rob Little.
Georgia fan in here. Woo.
Missing nobody. Chris Sollier. Piss Miss was my guy.
Hey.
Jordan Dargan. What's going on, big dog? Hey, Aaron. What up, big dog? Dominique. Hey, little scare money don't make money. You know? What's up, mama? How are you? Justin Goodwin. Ashton G. J Money. And then Trav. Boys. Sean, how we doing? Let's get it. Sean says Steve is the best FSU fan.
Steve sucks.
Huh? Oh, Steve. I love it.
Mr. Nobody, Steve sucks.
I love it. This is the
it.
greatest channel on the internet. I don't care what anybody says. This is incredible.
Oh, love you guys.
All right, boys. Steve, this is weird. This is the first. I looked far and wide for us to find an FSU expert to come on the show, and I couldn't find anybody. So I guess we'll just have to use you for today. Is that cool?
I'm fine with that. I mean, I've got my own insight. It starts a lot with y'all are a bunch of no down, good for nothing scoundrels, wretched scoundrels. Okay. Bunch of belly crawling lizards, scoundrels, good for nothing. You're the worst answers. You're the worst answers. Can't dance for nothing.
That's your shit. That's what you dialed up. That's what you went home.
That's why I'm starting.
That was your 2-paragraph essay that you were sent home for homework. That was what you.
I'm starting.
That's your warm up. Okay, we're paragraph one. Paragraph one. All right, Steve, how you feeling about the game, bud? Give me your thoughts. Look, guys, to preface this, I told Steve he better fucking bring it because I don't want he likes to be soft and be like, oh, it's going to be a good game. Florida's going to be good. It's going to be. No, Steve, you better talk the talk, bro. Everybody's favoring FSU. It's a 9.5-point favorite. Some got it at 14 points. You better be bringing the thunder, big dog. You better walk around like you got BDE out the ass. I don't want no holding punches, boy. You better send it. So let's get it.
Look, I don't think. Look, I'm going to go back to the Tennessee game, which was, in my opinion, Richardson's best game of the year. Still wasn't good enough to win. I think that Richardson's best game Friday still won't be good enough to win. I just don't believe it. The defense for Florida has not shown me that they can stop a consistent offense that's playing at a high level. Jordan Travis is the most efficient quarterback in the NCAA for the month in November. We've got a 3-headed running back machine. I mean, look, Jordan Travis hasn't had to throw the ball more than 20 times a game. He's got a hat on by the third quarter, cutting jokes on the sideline, playing hangman with the assistant coaches. I just don't see, unless there are just complete meltdowns on both sides of the ball, maybe special teams, because that happened to us last year, where Micah Pittman, I believe it was, that fumbled a punt inside your 10, which gave you like a two-score touchdown. But look, after watching the Vandy highlights, I didn't even watch the game. That is a team that is a tale of two halves. You could be the first half of the Georgia game and the second half of the Georgia game, or you could be the entire damn Vandy game. It feels like you guys don't identify who you guys are. I know your running game's strong. Florida State should be able to slow that down without having to bring a safety into the box, which means that Robinson is going to have a little bit of a harder time finding somebody to throw to. We'll get into that when we talk about the depth chart. Apparently, Florida, the wide receiver team they weren't practicing routes. They were practicing open mouth kissing because all of them are out. It looks like some kind of virus or bubonic plague that broke out. But look, I think at the end of the day, it's just both teams are playing at a little bit of a different level. Florida's a little shaky coming into their game plan. Florida State scored on the first drive of the game 84% of the time this year. It's going to be Richardson. If he can carry the team, it'll be close. If he can't, and he has that first half against Georgia, it's probably more than a 14-point game.
Feeling pretty good about yourself, I see right now, huh? Let me tell you something, Steve. Okay? Because we're going to be out there on Friday styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. Okay? We're going to be wheeling and dealing. Let me get 2 cuts and a Ric Flair. Woo! We're bringing the thunder, Steven. Okay? We've been preparing for this all year. You think we gave 2 shits about Vandy? No, we did not. Okay? Ain't nobody care about Vandy. You think we care about 8-4? No. They were practicing last week. Vandy was our orange and blue game for this game. We ain't worried about no Vandy. That's a play with Florida State's head. Because Norvell think he walking into a cakewalk. Okay? He thinks he's got the Dion noise off his back. He gonna come in just chilling, feeling, and get absolutely clapped like your mama did last night. Okay? They're gonna drag him.
Ooh.
They're gonna drag him. He's gonna be Gator bait. Okay? The Gators are gonna work that ass. Anthony gonna pop off. He gonna have that dog in him. Okay? I'm feeling pretty good about this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Feeling good?
I'm feeling pretty good about it, big dog. Yeah. I'm pretty jazzed up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. So you think it's an outright Gator win here? We're not even talking about the 9-point line or the 14 points that.
Hey, look, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we're not giving you guys 9.5.
Fair enough.
It's basically a home game for Florida. Look, here's what I got to say. Look, Florida State looks good. All right, they're ranked I think top 10 in offense. I want to say top 20 in defense. They've got everything going for them. They do play in the ACC. Got to credit that a little bit. But look, they've had some great wins this year. They are. You guys have 7 wins.
Yes.
8 wins. 8 wins.
8 wins.
You're 8-0 against unranked teams. 0-3 against ranked teams. Okay, that's going for you.
How is that possible? We beat LSU. How would you not know that?
When you played them, they were not ranked.
They're like the top.
When you played them, I'm just telling you. When you played them, they were not ranked. I'm just giving you the stats. There's another fun fact. The last 3 times that Florida State has played Florida ranked, Florida State has lost. Those are facts. I'm just pulling out numbers here. Okay.
I love it. You found your research. You found a YouTube channel. I watched that earlier.
It's just stats don't lie. Okay. You guys are good though. And that was my thing. I think Anthony Richardson, to me, in my opinion, is the secret weapon. But I know Florida State's hot right now, and obviously that's going to be in your favor. But I think Florida State, Anthony Richardson, in my opinion, I don't feel like we've really seen him ball out. Now, like you said, half of our wide receiver core is out. Could that be a good thing? Maybe, because now they're going to be forced to run the ball, which is our strength. But we struggled last week against Vandy.
Forced to run the ball, yes.
We struggled last week against the run defensively, and you guys are absolute animals at running the ball, which honestly scares the living shit out of me. Because there's nothing more that's just demoralizing than just watching a team literally just run back and forth. It's just like non-exciting football, and it is exhausting to watch.
Makes the game feel like it's 8 quarters.
Oh God, it feels like the Vandy game felt like it was forever. Like it just dragged. I was like, this is miserable, So look, there's gonna be a lot of emotions there. Anthony talked a little smack. He said, "quote," and I quote somewhat.
I saw it.
When we beat them, when we win, that's gonna carry a lot of momentum. There's 2 things I noticed there. Love the little shit talk, right? Little passive aggressive smack in the face there. But he goes, "We will build momentum." Building, right, is speaking to the future.
Sure.
Are you staying, big dog? Was that you letting us know?
There, yeah.
Yeah, does that letting you know? Like, we're going to, because why would you, I get it, like you care about your alumni, but you wouldn't speak to the future if you weren't planning on being part of that future.
Right.
Right? So that's interesting.
The other thing I did find out about Richardson, and I didn't know this part, I knew he played high school in Gainesville, so he was basically like a local product for Florida, but he's actually from Miami. So if you take two colleges in Gainesville and Miami, and then you stir that up into a pot and make a kid have to pick a team he hates the most, I got to go with FSU on that one. So I think deep down, being from Miami and playing in Gainesville, and obviously now for Florida, you got to think there's a little bit of a deep FSU hate that runs through those veins.
Look, I'm not excusing last week's loss by any stretch of the imagination. It was a poor performance on all ends. We've already talked about it. I'm already over it. I already forgot that it happened. But I will say, I'm not making excuses, but I genuinely think that that game, all that game mattered for us was the level of bowl game that we get placed into. Like, let's be honest, right?
Right.
Could they have easily looked over and not cared? Yeah. Do I excuse that? No, and that to me is a coaching situation, and it is definitely a glaring problem, and I'm not excusing it by any stretch, but what I'm talking about this week now, and I wouldn't use last week's performance to translate into this week, is all that I'm saying. I'm going off of the 2 weeks prior.
Completely different situation.
If we rolled in, let me ask you this, and be honest here, and let's drop a like in the chat, or let's drop a like, boys. Let's get this show rolling here. We're spicy. We've already been yelling at one another, and it's only just leading up to Friday. If they would have rolled Vandy like we were anticipating and how they've been doing against South Carolina and how they followed up Texas A&M, what would your thoughts be? Would you be this cocky? Would you be this confident? Or would you be a little less?
No. Yeah, no, I would think it's going to stay closer to the 9 mark or 1 touchdown, which is very feasible. I wouldn't have even considered a 2 touchdown win as possibility if they hadn't just laid an egg against Vandy.
Okay. And that to me, I'm looking at it as like the game didn't happen. And so that's where I'm like, look, the confidence still there. You just admitted the confidence you would be not as confident. But
yep.
Look, Mike Norvell's doing a great job. He's put the Deion Sanders conversation to hush, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Florida State, but it looks like he might have moved on to USF in Colorado now. I'm thinking Nebraska could be his home, but Norvell's making a great argument. I saw on the video that he's making a great argument for the ACC Coach of the Year, and I don't blame them. I'm not sold on Dabo, and I mean, who else is up for grabs? To be honest with you.
Yeah, you really don't have anybody else. I mean, I can't see Miami being able to put their guy in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think Cristobal is going to have a dog in this fight.
Yeah, and then Dabo just feels like it's too easy. But they shouldn't even consider Dabo, considering the recent success that Clemson's had and just some of the flat games that they barely pulled out, not to mention they lost. So I don't even know if you can put Dabo in there. So you look at it, and nobody on the western side, and it's coastal and Atlantic, so it's a little bit weird, but nobody on the Miami side can even be considered. So Norvell may very well be the ACC Coach of the Year, which I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't think that's a bad pick.
And good for him. Look, I think I don't know, Steve. There's blood on this one. And that's where it's
still nothing but low down, good for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I heard you the first time. Look, here's my concern. Obviously, there's a ton of wide receivers out. Let me go ahead and get the list for us really quick, because it's too many to just count on one hand. Dude, I saw this. I was like, what the hell's going on down there in Florida?
I was going to ask the same question.
The list here we have is Jaquavion Fraziers, who's been my guy all year. Xavier Henderson, Justin Shorter, who had a great game. Thigh Bowman, and Marcus Burke, who had been kind of making a little bit of a tear here. Reynolds is still in, who had a great game last week. But they're all out due to injury. And then Ricky Pearsall is listed as questionable from a head injury. That's brutal. But look, the young guy stepped up at wide receiver last week, in my opinion. So... Look, I'm not kind of too worried, and then obviously Ventrell's going to be out for the first half because of the questionable targeting call. Yep. I think that's an absolute joke. I think it's a joke that it carries over to two games. I don't even want to talk about it because it just pisses me off. So there's a lot of key pieces that are missing. That look, we can't get behind, and we've shown that we get behind early and we try to make a little bit of a comeback. I don't think we have the willpower and the threats right now to make that ultimate comeback. So those things concern me. And we just got a member, Cliff Arrington. Welcome to the fan, man. I appreciate that.
Welcome in, Cliff. What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
A head injury. Okay, so are we talking like a concussion, or are we talking just a migraine? Like did these guys get pulled during the Vandy game? I didn't watch the Vandy game. Were these guys like lined up and on the depth chart for the Vandy game, and slowly but surely, one by one, they just kind of went down with.
Pearsall got hurt in the middle of the game. I'm pretty sure it was a head injury. It might have been a leg injury. I don't know. He slipped on the logo and got hurt, so he was out. Frazier's has been battling injury. Frazier's played, but he's been battling injury for the last few weeks. Same with Henderson. I didn't know about Bowman. Bowman was news to me, and Burke. I didn't know. I don't know what happened to them during the game, so I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you, sir.
Wild. Okay. Well, couldn't happen to a better team.
Yeah, I feel like
they're minor injuries, so I'm not trying to wish any ill will on anybody.
Sure.
But they're minor injuries. Nobody's hurt. Nobody's like poor. Like, speaking of minor injuries, and I do want to point something out before we got to kind of go rolling with this thing.
Sure.
I know that you're not going to get a whole lot of Tennessee fans in this chat, but Hendon Hooker to be this late in the season after the year that he's had. A no contact, just a simple football play, and anybody who's watched football long enough, you can just see some weird flexion in his knee when nobody's touched the guy, and you just hate that for the kid. That ends his career. He was a transfer. He has no more eligibility left, and if he was trying to make a push to get into the league, he's certainly not going to be ready for a combine or anything of that nature. So I know nobody here is a huge Tennessee fan. It sucks for the kid, though, and that's just an awful, weird, strange way.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't care who the team is or who the player is. I don't wish that on anybody. Super chat from Austin Neely. Tim Buxford, man. Appreciate you, Austin. Appreciate the love and support, man. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Real quick, while we're on the topic of thankful and spreading cheer, Steve and I will be at Gator Dockside this Friday at St. Augustine, Florida, Marabella. And we're going to be doing a watch party for Florida versus Florida State. We hope to see you guys there. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. This is going to be our first kind of real meet and greet, I guess you can say. We did one kind of at the Florida, but we were kind of working the whole time. We didn't get to say hey to many people. So this is going to be kind of the first legit one. We hope to see you guys there if you're kind of close and want to make the trip. I get it. It's Friday, probably maybe not, but if you're close, by all means, come see us and hang out with us.
Yeah, so swing down. We'll be there. Obviously, the more the merrier. And I know you guys spend a lot of time with us throughout the week, and obviously in the Discord and things like that. You guys are always just kind of chatting us up and hanging out with us, even when we're not in front of a camera like this. So yeah, anybody who can come down. We know it's the holidays. It's a kind of a weird game time for a Florida State game, but anybody that can come down and hang out, we'd love to be able to meet you guys and actually spend a little time with you. Like Shelton said, for the Florida Utah game. We were working more than we were able to really shake hands and have the opportunity to get to know you guys a little bit better. So if you have the chance, come down and see us. Yeah,
and this is going to be more just kind of like I said, watching, hanging out, chilling, maxing, relaxing, all cool, backing on a B-side, whatever. Real quick, let's take a look at the depth chart here, just so we can kind of go over it really quickly here. So as you can see, we've got Reynolds, Pouncey in second there, and then Caleb Douglas, who I've loved this entire time, so I'm not too concerned. And then Jamarcus Weston, I don't think we've seen too much of him. He's a redshirt sophomore. Pouncey's obviously a senior, so at least there's some age there. But Caleb Douglas, Payday Douglas, has been balling, so not too concerned. And then obviously it has Ricky Pearsall, so I guess they're assuming him to get the start, but we will see. So then there's behind him, it's a Jackson and a redshirt freshman, which is brutal. So we're thin, boys. We are absolutely thin in that position. But look. Next man up, boys. Let's rock and roll. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. What I am unfortunate to see, I was hoping to see Trey Smack in that starting position as kicker after my video this past week. I thought I may have been able to encourage a few things, but I guess not.
Look, so I see Ventrell Miller on there. I know you only get him for the second half. One thing I do want to point to, and I know you guys have watched Florida all year.
I know they're appealing it, so it could be possible they appeal it by then.
Sure.
I don't know how that works or how long it works, but or like when if it could happen like moments before. I don't know, but I know they were appealing it.
Yeah, no matter what, you dress for it, and if you get the green light, you're in there from kickoff, and if not, you're coming in a little bit cold and at halftime. But Look, Florida's offensive line. I just want to go over this because you just popped up the depth chart. I looked at this a little bit before we went live here. Look, one of the strengths of Florida State is their defensive line. We do not have to blitz very often in order to get pressure on a quarterback. And look, if you can get pressure on Richardson without having to commit somebody from a blitzing standpoint, that's I think when he gets a little bit rattled, right? But if you look at this offensive line. You've got a redshirt junior who, let's be honest, is a four-year college player. You've got a true junior and Ethan White, who's just 331 pounds. Like, that's just a massive dude. And then you've got who, in my opinion, is one of the best guards in all of college football in Osiris Torrance. 6'4", almost 6'5", 247 pounds. Those guards are just like beef eaters right there. And then Tarquin is probably your least experienced guy as a redshirt sophomore, but he's still a third-year player at this point. So the amount of talent and the amount of starts that you guys have on that five-man line is going to make it extremely difficult for FSU to rattle Richardson. And if he can get back there, and we saw it during Tennessee, if he can get back there and he can get some one-on-ones or he can get some matchups that he likes, and if he has time to see them, because he didn't against Georgia, I think we were all screaming about that with some guys running wide open and he just couldn't get his eyes over to that side of to the field. But look, I mean, if those five can block for him and give him the time, and we have to start committing safeties into the box or a linebacker on a blitz, that feeds right into your strength, which is the running game and being able to find a hole and not, obviously not have anybody on the back end in order to clean it up. So that five-man offensive line group is the main thing that scares me looking at that depth chart.
Look, the O-line's been great, but we kind of got shut down against Vandy last week on the run. So I'd like to believe you, but I'm not feeling too hot about it last week. Look, that stadium is going to be a ruckus. That's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great time. I'm not looking forward to sitting next to you for 2 hours. I can be honest. I'm not you, and then right. I know Liz will be there. It's just not going to be fun.
Look, I mean, game or no game, I don't really look forward to sitting next to you in those situations.
Fair enough.
But
Ditto.
we're just adding a little spice into it.
Yeah, sure. Real quick, got a super chat from North Florida White Trash. Says, can I bring my boy Hugh G on Friday? I don't think that was anything wrong, right? You just asking if you can bring Hugh G?
Yeah. Well, what's his last name?
Just says Hugh G.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. North Florida, that seems safe.
I would love to meet North Florida. I mean, I hope he's there. I would hope he's there.
Let's go. We'll buy him a beer.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Depth chart. We got one over that. Let's go over the recruiting real quick. So obviously, Fletcher, the running back, he's obviously been a peak interest. Mark Fletcher, he obviously just decommitted this past week. He has set his official visit, as well as Caden Jones, 4-star offensive tackle. So again, offensive line we have been preaching. Needs to be a point of emphasis for us, and I would love to land a Mark Fletcher. Boy is big. We talked about him already. Guy is an absolute tank. It looks like Miami's in the mix for him as well, and that's all we really know. Look, I think, and I keep saying this because it's just I'm pumped for it because obviously the season's coming to an end on Friday, and all we have to look forward to after that is recruiting for the next few months, which is a good time. We enjoy it, but I can't wait. I think Florida State's had some good news. You guys flipped Brock Glenn. So Good for you guys, 4-star quarterback, to find your class. So we will see. We will see how that all works out for us. Again, I'm excited to see how it plays out and to see how these kids' visits go. And hopefully Miami doesn't pull one out from underneath us like they have been. So
I can't see that happening. It just there is a special level of dumpster fire happening in Miami right now.
I feel right. Like, how do you not see this? Like, it's weird to me. It's weird. I'm hoping some more flips come through too. And North Florida State's planning on being there, so I hope to see you guys there. And boys and girls, let's drop a like, show some love, subscribe if you're brand new here. Make sure you guys if you're enjoying. If you don't enjoy it, obviously, I wouldn't subscribe. I probably just I would exit very quickly, very very quickly. All right, boys. So now we've got Ohio State versus Michigan. It's everybody's talking about it. Well, I mean, how could you not? It's in my opinion probably the game of the week. It is, right? It's got to be, right? It's basically a conference championship game, but not. So I got a buddy
before the playoffs.
One of my good buddies is an Ohio State fan. I've been talking shit with him all week, and I've got no ties to either one. Like I could find myself cheering for either school honestly every other year. Like I really don't care. I'm not like that. Like, I'm not, sold to anyone. But this year in particular, my buddy Chris has kind of just pissed me off more than normal. So, fuck him. I'm going blue all day.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm going blue. And because he's been, talking all this back, he's like, oh, I love all the attention. You're loving all the attention because nobody gives two shits about Ohio State versus Michigan the rest of the year. Nobody watches them. You know why? Because they play Rutgers or they play Northwestern. Nobody's tuning in for the Ohio State Buckeyes game. The only time they tune in is when they're about to lose to Maryland for the last 5 minutes of the game. The only reason why we're watching. He's like, oh, everybody's watching us. Yeah, because we're watching you guys a dumpster fire of a football team about to lose possibly. That's the only reason we're tuned in for that nonsense. So
yeah, Ohio State is essentially like northern rednecks. Everybody always talks about the South and rednecks and whatever. Like Ohio State or northern rednecks. And look, nobody gives a crap about Ohio State in that big spicy matchup that they have once a year against Illinois, that everybody's really lining up for that. But even what's his name, Mel Tuck, up in Michigan State. He's one of the highest paid coaches out there. They're just floundering around. Like this is the game that they've all been practicing for. Penn State can get a little good every here and there and give somebody a game, but they don't.
Penn State's like Notre Dame. Like everybody wants them to be good, and they kind of just give them a few wins throughout the year, but they're never really good. William makes a good point. This concerns me is that Michigan's running back is out, and that guy is an absolute thunderdome. So that scares me. That scares me a little bit.
Game, by the way,
I think it's in the shoe.
It's in the shoe. Yeah, because Michigan stormed the field last year after finally breaking like a 10-year losing streak.
I hope they storm it again. I hope the 3 people that are there storm it. Yeah, it's gonna be Buck nasty.
So, real fast. This is kind of funny. This is a little college football history for you. So obviously when a team wins at home against a team that's ranked higher, we've all seen it even in this year. that the team runs out there, they break down the goalpost, and I think we've even talked about this maybe a few weeks back. But it's a thing where they get on the goalpost, they tear the thing down. Sometimes they drag it out of the stadium, drag it up whatever road that that's famous for your school, right past the stadium. There was a game versus Florida and Florida State many years ago, where the Florida fans got on the field to tear down Florida State's goalpost. So Florida State got on the field and tore down the other goalpost, and they literally ran at each other and started to joust each other's fan base with the goalpost at the 50-yard line. It's one of what
seems reasonable.
Talking about? Like, that's it seems like a perfectly normal thing to do. Yeah, so if there's any inclination on whether or not these two teams may or may not get along, or the fan bases may or may not be cordial to one another, considering that we always play this game after Thanksgiving, no, they are not.
There won't be. There's gonna be, like I said, there's gonna be blood, and I'm excited for it. I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I'm hoping you, Steve, you did a great job with the pick'ems and you picked all the the good rivalry games. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I feel like it's. Look, guys, it's the last week of regular season college football. Like, I don't want to get emotional on you guys, but it's over. Now, we've got championship Saturday. We've got bowl games. We're going to do all that and have a good time with it. But it's over. It's a little sad, Steve. Like, I love this time of year, but then it's like also like just sorrow, because it's like, where did it go? What happened
so fast? It felt like it was talking season for 9 months,
right?
And then football season was 3 days, and now we're back to talking season. I don't know if I want to go back to talking season. Keep me in football season, please.
It sucks.
Look, we both have the NFL. I haven't watched any NFL all year, but I mean, there's still some football entertainment.
Here's why. So this week alone. I'm glad you mentioned that. It reminded me what I wanted to say. This week alone is why college football is superior to all other sports. Because no matter what record you are, Auburn, nobody cares. But your season could be rejoiced Saturday if you go down and take down Alabama. Florida, we could go home. We would be national champions, in our opinion, if we take down Florida State. Okay? USC has an opportunity to go to the playoff for the first time in forever with their win. Notre Dame could save their season with the win this season. Michigan, Ohio State is the deciding factor of who's going to be in the playoffs, right? It's an incredible weekend, and it's the last weekend of the year. The NFL doesn't have this, right?
No.
For all teams, essentially, like, you could be irrelevant in the playoffs factor, but still, this weekend is extremely important and could just set you on just a high for the remainder of the year. You could win this game, you win this game and lose a bowl game. Nobody cares.
Nobody
cares. This is why it's the greatest. It's the greatest. That's all I got to say. I'm just going to leave it at that.
The best part about college football is that they chose to have the biggest set of rivalry games on the weekend where most families are designed to get together. You know what I mean? Like, you got Florida State, Auburn, Alabama, you got Ohio State, Michigan. Like, this is supposed to be a time where families get together. They give thanks. They rejoice. It's the start of the holiday season. It's the fall harvest, right? You get everybody together, and you know what more than likely is going to happen in at least 60% of households over this weekend? They're
Fights.
Fight about football. And that is why
as it should be. That is
so
America. You're welcome.
Damn right.
Doesn't it start tonight? Doesn't football start tonight? College football starts today, right?
Yeah, there's a Thursday game.
Today's Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
I believe there's a game today. Then you get the Egg Bowl tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday. I'm pretty sure there's 4 days of college football.
Look, don't you threaten me with a good time, young man.
Look that up.
Young man, how was the young man?
Real quick question. Muddy wants us to know: are the FSU fans going to storm the field if they win? Sad, it's been a long time since they won.
It's been 3 years. I'm so fast to the memories of Dalvin Cook running the ball down your throat for 4 straight quarters.
Who?
Exactly. Quickly how that disappears.
Who was it?
Yep.
You seriously broke up.
You wouldn't recognize the name.
How about them
Dalvin
Gators?
Did you find out what it was?
Twat.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, so we had games yesterday. We don't have a game tonight.
There was football games yesterday?
Ball State, Ohio, real nail biter. Actually, it was a nail biter. It was 18-17. Miami pulls it out, and then Ohio and Bowling Green. These are all teams within like 2 or 3 states of one another. I want to say Bowling Green's in Kentucky, Ohio, obviously in Ohio. Miami of Ohio, obviously in Ohio. Ball State is in Indianapolis. So these teams, like you've got Indianapolis, you've got Northern Kentucky, and you've got Ohio. All of them were like, don't even play football on Saturday. Just don't. It's
don't even bother.
Not
yeah,
worth it.
It's already locked in.
Just
it's already locked in. Jimbo Bannister says
play us
Vandy,
on Tuesday. We're fine.
Jimbo says Vandy is beating Utah. Mark it down. We got Q Lee says we used to be title town. We sure did, boys. Austin Rogers says, what's up, buddy? Gators by 28. Daniel Riviera says Florida getting a beat down. Uncle Glenn, of course, agrees with him. Says Daniel speaking facts. Scott Davis says Doak will be rocking. Knowles win. Got some Florida State love in there, Stevie.
I know. Look at that.
Look at you. Oh, we got another one. A no lover. We got a no lover in the chat.
Oh my
Steve,
Welcome
you have
to
found
my
your
family, no lover.
Look at Steve's got some Steve, I got you.
Fight for FSU. Fight, baby, fight.
Take a bow, Steve. Take a bow, Steve. Congrats, bud. Congrats. Give a like for some Steve if you guys are new here. All right. Oh my. Jim Bannister said, "Oh my, I can't. I got to."
No. Look, I like it. Jimbo Bannister, welcome in, and we'll give you a little oh my action for that.
All right, boys, we're gonna go to the pick'ems, and then we're gonna do our giveaway for our members. Oh, super chat from No Lover. Another one.
Oh.
Fight, baby,
Wow, they're coming in.
Right.
They're coming in by the waves. So it's gonna be a bloodbath. Awesome. That's too cool. All right, real quick. Before we get into the pick'ems, we're gonna do the pick'ems, and we're gonna do a giveaway, but we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, MyBookie. They're doing a Thanksgiving special. Okay? So keep that in hand. All right? Sports betting's a little intense right now. Okay? We got a lot of games going on. All right? So bucket in. MyBookie has no strings. Okay? Bonus to let you cash in and cash out quick. Use the promo code HIGHTOP. Okay? Go dial it in for $50 or more. You can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. It's a little Thanksgiving special here, okay? It's prime time weekend for sports betting. I mean, literally, you could just bet on anything. Do you also know, not only is there just football all weekend, but there's like 19, Xavier in Florida plays tomorrow, there's like 19 basketball, like, mini tournaments going on, which that's why I love college basketball, these kind of pop-up tournaments that are going on. Yeah, one started on Monday, there's one Tuesday, like, they've all started, like sporadically over the week. They're like 3 days long. Florida starts tomorrow against Xavier.
Not to mention a worldwide soccer tournament.
Not to mention the World Cup is on. The USA played on Monday. Dude, it's a hell of a week to start betting, boys. Okay? Using this bonus is simple. Bet your deposit amount once, and you're ready to cash it out. It's no strings attached with MyBookie. Hammer this bonus on MyBookie so you can focus on what's important Thanksgiving week. Family, food, and securing that bag, baby. Okay? Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. Okay?
Put a little Christmas money in your pocket. Maybe get the wifey that little extra something that she's been talking about that you always seem to forget about every year.
Yes. So go get it, boys. MyBookie is spicy right now. They're just basically giving away everything. They're trying to get people dialed in as much as they possibly can. Helps us out a lot too. You guys should go and show some love. So, all right. The time has arrived.
Before we get into the pick'ems, hold on. Before we get to the pick'ems, no. This is for you. This is not for me.
Can I hit the music or wait till you're done?
Yeah. Go ahead and hit the music. This is for you. This is your ceremony.
Is it okay? So should I hit the music or should you go?
Yeah. Hit it. No, go ahead, bud. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna pull everything up and everything. Can I do that? And then you're still gonna talk?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yep, or should you talk first?
All right. Look. You want to go over the picks, or you want to do those little ceremony at the end?
No, we're just gonna send. I want to do my ceremony right now. I can't wait any longer.
Okay, let's go.
So hit the music, or are you gonna talk?
Go. No. Look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you should not actually be letting your children watch this show. We have officially concluded the 2022 College Football Pick'em tournament between Shelton and myself. Last week, Shelton went 6-3 on games that were not a push between the two of us. That puts him out of range for me to catch him this week, which means this is bottom of the ninth. Don't even have to play the outs. Shelton, my friend, take it away.
The difference in size. But
they both pack a mighty punch. Fucking go!
I mean, it's just to rewrite history.
I'd like to thank
Oh, this is painful.
Beckett Tiger for coming into my life over the last month. I think he really was allowed me to pull ahead there when he came into the light. Honestly, the day that he was born was the when things really got going. Okay, I need some music here to kind of hype me up here. Honestly, that was the weekend I really kind of pulled away from everybody. Okay, and I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty jazzed up about it. Champion is here. It was a long time coming. As you guys can see, we have our names on it, and as you can also see, the last person to win this goes by the name of Stephen Hawley. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to do the pleasure of adding Blondie Shelton back to the trophy. Go ahead and break this off here. Oh, there we go.
Can't even watch this.
There it is, boys. Okay. Go ahead and clean this off and put her on.
Ooh, we got a super chat from Between the Hedges. Well, $5 super chat Between the Hedges. Go Knowles. I will lay the 9.
I love it. All right, boys. Your boy's a champion. Feels good to be king. Feels good to be king. Steve,
what hurts is I won't be able to get my hands back on that thing for a minute.
For a while. Maybe we'll do like talking season bets. I don't know. We'll see. I love it. North for the White Trash also gave us another one. Says, that a no lover? Name sounds interesting.
Okay.
I don't know how to take that, but all right. Oh, wow. Between the Hedges. Of course you see that. Of course you see that one. Of course you do. Of course you do. All right, boys.
I'm here for the people.
Well, let's get into pick'ems. This is more of just like a celebrity. This is like a victory lap for me. But it's rivalry week, so we cannot do it. Real quick, $2 from Clint says a microphone. Maybe it's a sticker. Must be a sticker. I just can't see the sticker. It's got to be a sticker. Can you see the sticker? It's got to be a sticker.
Oh no, yeah.
Wait, Ricky just said it. Did anyone notice Dom isn't first? Did Dom lose in fantasy football and we didn't even recognize it?
Oh my gosh! Before we move on, if that's the case, Ricky, tell us what are the standings in the high top fantasy football tourney?
It's been kind of busy.
Dom has been quiet. I didn't realize that.
He's in second after he beat me. He's behind balls deep. Oh my goodness! And you and I are tied. Well, I'm ahead of you, but wow. It's getting interesting. It really is.
Dom took a haymaker. He took a haymaker. He didn't go all the way down to the knee, but he definitely felt it. Like get off your throne, Dom. Your perch is no longer.
Yeah, he's done.
No longer acceptable.
I love it. Thanks for reminding us, Steve.
He's out.
He's
He's
Ricky.
All
right, Steve. Let's get into it, and then we're gonna do our giveaway, boys.
All right, let's go ahead and get it kicked off with our game. We have Florida at number 16, Florida State. It is a 7:30 Friday night kickoff. The spread right now 9.5. Florida State is favored. Shelton, I already have your name. I already have your score.
How about them Gators?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm assuming you go with that. I was just letting you know that I already had you down for Florida. Okay. I'm going to take Florida State. Now, look, I'm going to say that they cover the spread 9.5. Like a little home field advantage certainly couldn't hurt. I do believe that Florida scores, though. I think it's going to be closer than any type of a blowout. Both teams will play it close to the vest. All right, so we got Florida State. Let's go to another rivalry game out there in the beautiful state of Mississippi. We have the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State at number 20, Ole Miss, who is just in peril right now. Nobody knows what Joey Freshwater is going to do with his life. Let's see. The Fighting Joey Freshwater's Ole Miss is favored by 3 at home. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff. Shelton, I'll let you kick it off here.
You know, I'm a lane train kind of guy, and I love me some Ole Miss and the Powder Blues, but they just have disappointed me over the last few weeks, and I got to go with Mississippi State.
Ugly, right?
Yeah, I got to go with Mississippi State here.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I think he's checked out. He looks a little checked out, right?
Yeah. Feels weird to me. What's
What's
up, Poopy?
Who's never checked out? Mike Leach.
Yeah, Mike Leach is always dialed in.
Yeah, that's it. All right, let's go out to the great state of Texas. What up, guys? We've got
what day is the game?
At Friday. It's another Friday game. It's a noon game.
Okay.
So this will be the start of our college football Friday. Baylor at number 25, Texas. Texas at home, favored by 7.5. Again, it's a noon kick, so it's 11 o'clock out there. Wake up, put on your cleats.
Texas has to win this game, and then Kansas has to beat Kansas State for Texas to make the Big 12 championship. This is my last hope here for Texas to make their run. I've been preaching them all year long. 8.5 or 7.5 seems hefty, in my opinion. It seems like a lot going on there.
Okay.
I don't like it. Baylor played well against TCU, but I think the heartbreak from TCU last week deflates them enough to where Texas rolls, covers a 7.5. Going with the Horns.
Going with the Horns. I am going to take Baylor. They've played some good teams, and they've played very well against some of those good teams. So Texas just still kind of feels like they're finding their way. I don't know if Ewers is really the answer that they were hoping he would be. He still seems like he's kind of
lies.
Yeah.
Real quick, B-Bean's got some zingers here. Nose will croak and doke, nose will get poked and doke, and nose will get smoked and doke. I feel like I had to read those. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't. Go ahead, continue.
Very poetic of you, BB. Okay, let's go to a game that's not so exciting, but they're both ranked. It is number 19 Tulane at number 21 Cincinnati. Cincinnati is at home and favored by 2.5.
Give me the Bearcats.
Yeah, I'll take Tulane. They had an ugly game against UCF, but I like them. All right. Let's see here. UCLA, number 17, at Cal.
I told you.
Yep, you did. You called that earlier. UCLA favored by 10. It is a 4:30 game on Fox, which means it is a 1:30 kickoff out that way. UCLA at Cal. I'll take UCLA. They hung pretty well with USC. You actually got that game with the points. It was a USC 3-point win, and the line was 2.5, so you got it by 0.5 point. But I think UCLA played pretty well there.
Q said Tulane and Texas.
Okay, got a little super chat in there from Dixon Cider. I hate this place.
Yes! He got him! He got him!
Oh, it took this long.
He got him, and that was North Florida White Trash. Gators by 50. How about yes! He saw the FSU symbol and got so horny and so excited that he had some more support that he just fumbled the ball like Florida State's gonna fumble it this Friday, baby. Woo! Woo!
Oh my golly. I can't believe it took week 13 of this god-awful thing that we do every Wednesday for me to finally get floored by one of these stupid things. Well done. Well done, Dixon. Golly. Didn't even see that one coming. All right. Let's get back at this thing. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss college football so hard when it goes away. Let's go back to another in-state rivalry here. Let's go Georgia Tech at
don't even waste my time. Next. I'm not picking this game.
Yeah. Well, it's a 35.
No, next.
Michigan, Ohio State.
No, next. No, I'm just kidding.
you're picking that one, you bastard. Number 3, Michigan at number 2, Ohio State.
Wow, what a spread!
At home is favored by 7.5. I know, right? Noon kickoff. It's always that noon kickoff.
How many points? What did you say?
7.5.
Yeah, I'll take. I'm going blue. I'll take my points all day long.
I'm going to go with the Nuts. I think they're a better team, top to bottom, and I don't trust Jim Harbaugh. The guy's weird, man. He tells his players not to eat. Well, he tells his players not to eat chicken because it's a scared bird.
It seems reasonable, Steve. I bet Mike Norvell's got them all eating chicken because they're a bunch of bitches over there. Real quick, super chat from Mike Norvell says, "Can y'all make a bet with each other and spice it up?" We already have. The bet is the losing person has to wear the opposing team's jersey or just gear. What?
We're not doing that. We've never had that discussion. I would never in a million years put that on my body.
How drunk were you last Friday.
God damn it! Oh, Friday. Oh yeah. If I made that bet with you off cast, then yeah, probably I was wrong.
There's video evidence. There's literally video evidence of you shaking.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was during you're right. It was during the basketball game. Oh yeah, by the end of the basketball game, I was tanked. There's no shot.
So you already made the bet, Steve, in front of.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So the losing of the opposing team has to wear, like, he has to wear Gator gear next Wednesday, or I have to wear FSU gear next Wednesday. That's the bet. Who the hell just disliked it? Screw you.
Who does that?
North Florida White Trash said $2. Have the mighty have fallen. I love it.
All right, people, can we focus? My gosh.
Did I just call Mike Litteris Mike Norvell? No, I did. All right, go ahead.
Let's see here. South Carolina, Clemson. You want to do that one?
Oh, absolutely. That's a good one.
Let's do that one. Yeah. South Carolina at number 7, Clemson. Clemson.
Give me the Cox.
You taking the CAC. All right. It's a 14.5 line. That's hefty. It's a big guy. South Kakalaki.
Oh, Antoine Stone has his little spears in here. Looks like an FSU lover here. John D says, I have to get a buzz cut if Florida loses. So let's not lose. Harrison said, I think it says Pussy Holly with that bet. I don't know. It's a cat. I'm assuming that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay,
my bad. I don't think I didn't call you Norvell, bro. Did I? That was my bad if I did.
You absolutely did. Take that, Litteris. All right. I'm not going to do the Coastal Carolina game. It's Coastal Carolina, James Madison. I could really care less.
Move on. Let's go. Come on. Do the good game.
Auburn
there
at
we
number
go.
8, Alabama. Yep. Let's get back into some rivalries. Auburn at number 8, Alabama is a 3:30 game on the CBS network. Alabama at number 8, favored by 21.5 in a rivalry game.
Give me the War Eagle.
Really? All right.
Yeah. Look, I already have my trophy, so I've got nothing to lose.
True.
Here.
Yeah, you can go bananas here. Yeah, at home, I think Bama can pull that off. If it was at Auburn, I would be a little hesitant here. So we have Oregon at Oregon State. Number 10, Oregon is favored by 3.5. That's it? No, Oregon State's number 22. Okay, so I didn't give him enough credit. So we have number 10, Oregon, going to Oregon State, who is also ranked at number 22. Oregon is favored by 3.5 points going into.
I like the Beavers. I like the Beavers here, simply because I feel like Oregon is in the same boat, just like their season's over, and this kind of is the last.
Yeah,
Beaver
they're not making. They're not making the playoffs, but I mean, look, if you win this game and you win your bowl, you could finish in the top 6, depending on what goes down. All right, you're taking Beavers. I'll take Ducks. All right, Beavers v Ducks. All right, and let's move it right along here. Do you want to do Iowa State TCU? That seems meh.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do Louisville, Kentucky, though.
Oh yeah, neither one of them are ranked, so I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty good.
What do you got?
Louisville's ranked. I've got Louisville here. They're Kentucky's favored by 3, but I like Louisville.
Is it at Kentucky?
Yeah, it's at Kentucky. I like Louisville there though.
In Louisville's favored by 3?
No, Kentucky is.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You're taking the Cards?
Yeah, Kentucky's favored by 3.
Right.
I like it.
Kentucky's just.
Williams says so. You picked the Beavers and the Cox. I sure did. Did.
Sure enough.
All right,
let's go back to the SEC here. This is going to be a little bit of an odd ending to a team that has just fallen from grace. Number 6 LSU goes to Texas A&M. LSU is favored by 9.5 against what is left of the Aggies.
Give me the Ags. Give me the Ags.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
I don't know. I think at this point, like, all LSU has to do is win, because obviously they have a lot on the line. And then you've got a 9.5 point game. I think they just play it close to the vest. I'm going to take LSU to just beat the Fighting Jimbos because, screw that guy. But yeah, I could see that game being an ugly, just an ugly whatever the hell it is. Tennessee Vandy. Do you want to do Tennessee Vandy with no Hendon Hooker?
Of course.
Let's do it. Number 9, Tennessee, coming off of a brutal loss in the cockpit, is going to the raucous environment that they have out there in Nashville, Tennessee for Vanderbilt. It's a 7:30 game. It's probably going to be cold. I know we don't like to talk about the weather, but it's probably going to be cold. And Tennessee is favored by 14.5.
I'm going with the best team in the SEC, and that is the Commodores.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vandy as well. I just don't know with losing that game for Tennessee and their quarterback. Yeah, losing their quarterback, I think, is just going to be a huge just like mental drain for them.
Cooley said Louisville. He picked Louisville as well. Fish Reef picked TAMU as well.
All right.
There we go. Cooley picked Vandy as well.
Look, this would be a little spicy. This is an old school rivalry. If you're a young buck like Shelton here, this one probably doesn't have a whole lot of meaning for you. But this used to be a huge game in college football. We have number 13 Notre Dame going to Southern Cal.
So this
7:30 game. It's a 6.5 point favorite for USC.
This to me is my Final Four. I want to say I had Georgia, USC. Did I have Ohio State? I had like Baylor, I think, too.
You had Baylor, yeah, because we looked at that probably mid-season after they took.
But USC has been one that I have been beating the horse on for a while, and I'm going to keep riding that train. I would love to see USC in the Final Four. And once you pick your team, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here because we were arguing about the precast, and we need to argue about it now.
I'm going to go with Notre Dame. They've been playing better football, and I just like the Notre Dame, the colors and all that good stuff. It's a traditional football. What you got?
All right, so let's move. That's our pick'ems. But before we do the giveaway, let's argue about this for just a quick second. So, Georgia and LSU play. If LSU beats Georgia, everyone's assuming that LSU and Georgia should both be in it. Okay.
Okay.
TCU goes undefeated; they're in it. Then you've got the Michigan-Ohio State situation. One of those guys are going to be in it 95%, more than likely, right? Here's where my concern is, because if LSU beats Georgia and USC rolls and wins the Pac-12, do you consider putting a USC in over a one-loss Georgia who lost in the SEC championship? Because how do you like look? It's going to if you ignore USC, the college world is going to be on fire. On fire. You're going to put a 2-loss, and I get it, LSU is on hot late. A 2-loss LSU who lost to FSU early, right? And then gets rolled by Tennessee, but obviously, comes back, wins the SEC championship. You have 1-loss Georgia who doesn't have a conference championship versus a 1-loss USC with the conference championship. I get everyone thinks that Georgia should be in there, but I can see the case of why USC should be in there. I really do. Look, is this going to happen? Probably not, but God, by all means, but I love it. I don't think you could put Georgia in there if they lose this game. I get it. Go ahead.
No, you're on a roll.
No, I want to hear what you have to say. I'm not going to show my card
so,
yet.
All right, so we did talk about it a little bit coming into this, but look, Georgia hasn't lost. They're the defending national champions. They haven't lost a game in going on 2 years. I mean, if LSU comes in the SEC championship beats Georgia, how in the world do you say that team is not a top 4 team because they lost 1 game in 2 years?
But hold on, dude, the fact that you keep mentioning last year is beyond my belief. That has nothing to do with it. So USC went 6-6 last year, so that matters too. Like last year's championship has nothing to do with this year. You cannot bring that up.
Tell that to Bama. That's how they live on. They live on
that for the next prestige. for the I would say yes, the start of the season, but that's done and over with now. You can't continue to last like, they are defending champions last year. Doesn't matter.
But it would still be 1 loss in 2 years. How are you going to kick them out of the playoffs entirely?
Guys, I'm not.
I don't mind knocking them down from
People
1
are saying
4.
I'm being biased against Georgia. I respect Georgia. I have no hate toward Georgia. I have come on this show and say, look, Steve, you've seen it. I say out of the teams that I hate or love, I don't mind cheering for Georgia. So that's not it at all. Look, you can't sit here and you guys are hating on USC. USC deserves to be in the conversation. You just can't automatically ignore a Pac-12 champion. Why would you? What are you saying? That I mean, like you're going to be agreeing that the SEC is that much more dominant than anything else. If you're going to put because if Ohio State and Michigan, we were already considered if one of those guys lose, they're out, right? So why is that for those 2 teams? But if Georgia loses, they're still in the conversation. Why is that? Because the schedule. I get it.
Because LSU still has 2 losses. They shouldn't be able to propel themselves that far ahead with 2 losses when the team that they beat has 1 on a neutral field.
Whoa, what do you mean? You think so? You don't think LSU gets in?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't think Georgia should fall all the way out if they lose. To LSU.
I'm not saying I don't disagree. I'm not saying I don't disagree with you.
It was Bama and Georgia, so
I'm not saying I don't disagree with you. They should fall off that far, but we're in a weird situation where, well, now. Look, like, how are you going to ignore putting you? You're going to have a USC on the outside looking in, a Pac-12 champion, a 1-loss team, and then you're going to have a 2-loss team, an undefeated TCU team that may or may not deserve to be there, right? I would consider a 1-loss USC team over an undefeated TCU team, but you can't do that. You can't ignore TCU. So, right. I don't know. Look, and I see Zatovian says USC's barely beaten Pac-12 teams. Georgia hasn't really looked phenomenal either. They didn't dominate Kentucky. They pulled away again at the end against Florida. They didn't dominate Missouri. They didn't dominate Kent State. They beat Tennessee. They single-handedly beat Tennessee. I'll give them a credit there. But Georgia hasn't been blowing any socks off either. And again, I'm not being a negative Nancy here, but there has to be. Look, if that happens, I'm telling you, the college football world is going to flip upside down if you just ignore LSU. The fact that USC is behind LSU right now with 1 loss, LSU's 2 losses are horrendous. Horrendous. And I get they've won a lot lately and they look good lately, but their 2 losses were just disastrous.
Okay, so TCU for the entire year has played 2 ranked teams. That's it.
Look, I agree. I'm telling you that TCU should not deserve to be there, but you're not going to. It's like Cincinnati. They're way more gifted to have that spot than Cincinnati did last year. So I'm never going to take that away from TCU. Okay? Best case scenario, TCU loses the next 2 weeks. I see TCU losing the next 2 weeks. I don't see them losing to Iowa, but I can see them losing the Big 12 champion because they're either going to play Baylor again or Texas. Or no, Kansas State, Kansas State or Texas. So I could see that happening. I see you guys in the comments too. How you guys are using the reigning champion as an argument is crazy to me. Like, am I an idiot?
Don't ask me.
How does that have any factor? How does that have any factor? How does last year have anything to do with it?
Because you do have to take into consideration the trajectory of a football team over the course of 2 years to lose 1 game, and you're going to drop them from 1 to out to 1 to 5.
I know, and you usually and you wouldn't, and I know that's a big drop. I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's the problem with this format. They heavily weigh these points too much. I think this is, if that happens, and I always love for this to happen, and it's not going to, but it's going to put the whole system on blast if this were to happen. If it ends, the season ends, and LSU wins the SEC championship. Best case scenario, they're probably not going to win, but they win. You got Georgia 1, or they'll fall. Ohio State, it'd be Ohio State 1. TCU would be 2. Let's just say Michigan, Ohio State, right? Obviously, you know what I'm saying here. Ohio State or Michigan 1, TCU 2, then LSU, then Georgia. So then you're gonna have Georgia playing Ohio State or Michigan, TCU playing LSU, and you can have an all SEC championship again with the USC 1-loss Pac-12 champion on the outside looking in, bro. You're going to, and a 1-loss more than likely Clemson ACC champion. Dabo's gonna be fucking fighting fists if that's the case. It's gonna be, dude.
Well,
it's gonna be
last year. An undefeated Cincinnati kept Notre Dame, who was 11-1, out of the playoffs. Now Cincinnati,
but Notre Dame doesn't play in a conference championship. I'm okay with that. Notre Dame squeaks their way in when they don't play that game, so that to me is okay. They're not a 1-loss conference championship team. That's way different. And I agree with Cincinnati being in it. I agree with TCU being in it. That's not the question. The question at hand here is Georgia.
If they lose to LSU, they go from 1 to 4. It does nothing more than hurt their seeding. And then you've got Ohio State, Michigan, who has knocked one of each other out. And then if that's the case, then LSU may be able to slide in. I don't know. It's going to be dicey. I don't know. Well, here's what I think they should do. Do you remember the BCS? Do you remember when they used the computer to do everything?
Yes.
And it came down to like fractions of a point to see who was 1,
stupid.
2, and
stupid.
I don't know why they don't use the BCS, the computer, to decide who's the top 5 or who's the top 6 teams. Like, use the computer, take the human element out, use the computer with strength of schedule and all that stuff, and then have a playoff system based on who the computer puts in. Like I don't know the human element of voting teams in. I don't like that at all. But use the BCS model, but then not the BCS to be the determining factor in who's the champion. The BCS picks who the playoff teams are. Which is my thought process.
So I think Between the Hedges just showed their hand. I think I know who it is. Read their comment. I'm not going to say their name, but I think I know who it is. But he says, Blondie, it also depends on how close or good or bad the games are. So and I agree. If LSU Georgia game's close, I'm not disagreeing with you. I know Georgia should only drop to 4. I understand that. I'm just telling you that's going to cause you're going to have a team in there that doesn't have a conference championship with 1 loss, while a team with a conference championship with 1 loss is on the outside looking in. And look, it probably won't happen that way. I just love that there's a possibility of turmoil. I think we're all SEC and Georgia most likely in here. There's nobody in here that is a USC fan. So I know if I called Austin right now, he would be in agreement. There is a point to this where there is the SEC bias, which you won't admit to that because obviously then you would lose every argument. But
I mean, there's no SEC bias. They were 2 SEC teams in the championship last year, and they were the 2 best teams. I hate to say it, but they were the 2 best teams.
Yeah, 100%. And look, I see you guys saying about the preseason. I agree with the last year having an effect on the preseason, which nobody cares about anyways. It's just something they produce to get people talking. But after that, last year has no relevance to this year's ranking, in my opinion. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch and see how it all plays out. I think it'd be fun to have USC. I wish a USC could bump a TCU, an undefeated TCU. Best case scenario, TCU loses. They got 2 games to blow it. I can't believe Baylor couldn't get it done last week for this wouldn't even be a conversation, but we need them to blow it. Georgia needs to beat LSU because I don't want LSU in it at all. Georgia beats LSU, TCU loses, then Clemson, USC, Ohio State or Michigan, and Georgia. That's a hell of a Final Four, boys. Buckle up because that's college football is back if that happens. My goodness. I would love for that.
Yeah, we've got a good top 10. The top 4 right now are all undefeated. Obviously, Michigan, Ohio State, one of them will come away with a loss there. But it's been a long time since I've seen going into the final regular season week of the year with 4 undefeated teams. That's exciting. That's fun. It just if you're here for the chaos, sit back and enjoy the hell out of this weekend.
I love it.
It is going to get fun.
Yeah. Hey, John D, great. You said y'all should do some bowl projections, especially Florida's. Or so you're asking like who do we think we're going to play and where? Let me know.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what he's asking. I honestly, I don't mind doing that. We could probably look at that to the next show. I don't know like how that process works, how they pick them, but I can do some homework and I'll try to figure that stuff out. But I don't know how they do it now. To be honest with you,
it's all conference affiliation based on where your rankings were inside your own conference. Like the SEC 3. I think the Cheez-It Bowl or maybe the Mayo Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl gets the first pick at the SEC 3. The Outback Bowl gets like the SEC something, like where they are in the rankings of the overall conference. So they get to pick if they want that team. And then if they don't want that team, because sometimes they don't travel well, or if it's like, like for example, Florida going to the Outback Bowl, a lot of times the Outback Bowl would almost prefer to have somebody from out of state because it fills up hotels, right? If Florida plays in the Outback Bowl, they all just drive over.
Let's do some homework. Let's do some homework this week. And that's what he's asking for. I don't mind doing it next week. I'm all ears. I don't mind learning about it some more. So Between the Hedges says you also have to think they want TV money and rating, and the national championship game is in LA. That's supporting my argument of USC, because USC is going to be great for TV. That's the part of why I keep preaching it, because it's sure. Great for college. It's great for college football. Way better than TCU. Way better than TCU. Fishery celebrates 2 months.
Standpoint is so small.
Fishery says, "Holly, get a new TV. Black Friday, you'll need it." He's probably talking because you're going to smash it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yep,
wow,
yep.
What a show, boys! I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this holiday eve here. So we're gonna do a little thing, show some love for a giveaway for the boys and girls. What I want to do is probably more likely either to whoever it is, a $50 gift card or gas card or whatever, or high top merch, whatever you guys decide. We'll figure it out. Whoever wins. So let me go ahead and get the ducks pulled up here. I gotta also add Cliff. He just became a member today. So got a old cliff to it. All right.
Welcome in.
All right.
The
What?
Discord is already going off. Like even outside. So these guys are going ham in the chat, and they're talking to each other in the Discord, and some of it is absolutely hilarious. No, Dom, this is not a Propecia hairline. This is actually my hairline, in case you were curious. It's like grew this naturally.
So I'm doing I did the timer for 14 seconds because I did see somewhere where Florida State is ranked or favored by 14 points, and I just in honor of that I wanted to do that. All right, we're gonna just cover our faces. We're just gonna cover our faces, Steve. It doesn't matter.
They don't
no
want
one
to see
cares
us
to
anyway.
see us anyways. All right, boys, here we go. The time is now for the duck race. It's been a while. It's for Thanksgiving. Again, Mr. Nobody says Cliff is going to win. It's rigged.
Cliff's going to win. It's
right
rigged.
when he comes in. Boys and girls, this is the show. Thank you to all you guys that have been supporting us for this entire year and a half that we've been doing this. It means a lot. We appreciate you guys more than ever. And as always, we love you guys. Again, come see us Friday at Gator Dockside here in Marabella in St. Augustine, Florida. We're going to do a watch party, Florida versus Florida State. And again, love you and appreciate you guys. Steve, you ready? I need to hit the music, right?
Let's rock and roll, babe. Yo, you got to get the music going. Look, I mean,
Here we go.
This is exciting by itself, but you get that music pumping, and boy, the veins just get moving. They just
Here we go, boys. And it's time. On your marks. Get set. Go. Here we go. And they're off to the races.
Golly.
I can't quite see that.
is a
Panda
duck.
Duck. Look at it's Mike Letteris. He's got the early lead. Mr. Nobody's coming out of nowhere, but Devil Dog Gator gets it done. Oh, my goodness. I think he's already won before. He has. He has won before because I sent him, what did I send him? He won the tickets.
No way.
Oh, wow. What a race, Mr. Nobody. You were right there, bud. You were right there.
My gosh.
Oh, unbelievable. That was one of the best duck races I've seen. I couldn't believe it. That was awesome.
It was a 3-duck race. I mean, there was nobody who felt comfortable in that race.
That was too good. Cody said, check your Cash App.
I mean, if we're just handing money out, Cody, I mean, look at me.
Oh, wait.
Talk about mine in
Okay,
the
so
chat.
all right, what does he say? Hold on. It says something. $10 from Cody. You're the man, Cody. Says, oh, hold on. It says, for you to tell Holly, I hope he stubs his toe on an end table. It's hate FSU week, boys. I love it. Super chat wasn't working. Oh, well, I appreciate you. You're the man, baby. B Bean says rigged. I love it. Hey, do we want to do a phone call to an FSU fan to show some hate? I have a few numbers. What do you guys think? It's late. Should I call someone this late at night, or what are we thinking, Steve? Is it?
I mean, it depends on your knowledge level of who the person is. I mean, I think the last one that you did, the one I saw, felt like it was kind of out of nowhere. So it really depends on who a person
So
is.
this one I have here from Clint Watson says, Sheldon, please call my buddy Quentin Young at his number. He is a big FSU fan and want to get this done before Thanksgiving. Let me know how it goes, boss. Thanks. I feel like if you take the time to, I gotta call this guy, right? Like, I can't. You hear the duck quacking?
It's still going, baby. Still going. That's how you know it's real.
Yeah, he's still celebrating. Justin says, "F that. The duck race needs to be a longer. I was coming in strong. Maybe we can add it. We can add a longer race. That's my bad. All right, let's go ahead and give this man a call. Don't say anything yet, Steve.
No, that's fine. B Bean, call me. Yep.
All right.
Has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Bro, homeboy blocked me like that already?
Call has been forwarded.
Wow, straight block. That's disappointing, dude.
It's because he knows what you're doing. He's not playing around. He already knows it's Florida hate week.
All right, Justin Goodwin. He was in here. I see you. I got it. Yeah, I literally looked over to see. He emailed me. All right, he goes, "What's up, my guy? This is Justin, a fan for about a year now. Love it, Justin. Appreciate you, buddy. Got you an FSU number. His name is Chris Parrish. He's my brother-in-law, and he's a diehard Noel fan. Known to break shit when FSU loses. He should be a spicy one to call. Let's go."
All right.
This is are they in Florida? This number is 8. This starts with the same area code as the last one I just called. It's pretty funny.
850.
Yeah. Is that over at
That's
FSU?
Tallahassee, baby.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty funny. Chris Parrish.
Hello.
Hey, is this Chris Parrish?
Who is this?
Hey, man, I'm calling on behalf of Justin Goodwin. Does that ring a bell?
What's going on?
Yeah, so we're friends with Justin Goodwin as well, and we wanted to give a call. We're spreading some holiday cheer for Thanksgiving this year, and I see that your last name is Parrish, and that reminds me of what's going to happen to you guys at FSU this Friday. Is you guys are going to perish into absolute dirt. Okay, and we just want to make sure that you guys have a horrible week at FSU over there in Tallahassee, that you burn to the absolute ground, and that you choke on your turkey. Okay, but that's all we wanted to say. Just a little holiday cheer for you, buddy.
You're my guy, huh?
Yeah. Just wanted to give you a call, man. Show you some love. Justin wanted to show you some love too. To be fair, though, Chris, go ahead.
Don't go out like that, Chris. Give it back to him. it's Florida hate week as well. I'm an
just
FSU
waiting
fan,
for
my man. So
come.
give it back to him.
That's all I'm waiting on.
What are you waiting on?
I'm waiting for something good to come because that was horrible.
Oh, fair enough. So my shit talking is like FSU's been for the last 3 years. Is that what you would say?
No. Quite like the Gators against Vanderbilt.
Oh, there it is. That was well done. I've heard you've been known to break some TVs. Is that true? Do we need to have some anger management?
You got me, cuz. You definitely got me.
I love it, Chris. You the man. I appreciate I appreciate it, Bubba.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. Go Gators.
You as well.
All right,
go Knowles.
Yes, this is the greatest segment we've ever created, on this channel. This is the peak of high top sports. Literally the peak.
Start this week 1. Week 1, there should be. Could you imagine the calls to Utah fans?
So Clint just said, I told him I was giving his number for personal references. Told me he would unblock unknown callers. Try him again Friday. Okay, I don't know if I'll be live Friday. We are not going to be. I mean, we could call maybe before the game. That's crazy. Yeah, he went straight to block. I love how you told him that you used him as a reference. Clint went all out. I love it.
Clint was he was dialed in. He knew he had to lay the groundwork or it was never going to happen. So he's over here yeah, man, I'm just looking for a new job. I just, maybe you could take unknown numbers off block and support me and my family.
All right, Florida said, I see your thing. He says, please call my boy Andy. I emailed you. I got it right here, baby. All right, he goes, by the way, I'm Jay and might need a double dial. All right, so I got it right here, Bubba. Let's go. Probably asleep. Don't do this to us, Andy.
If it's voicemail, I got it.
You're gonna leave a voicemail? I'm gonna call back.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna call back.
Is this the one?
Please leave your message.
Is this the one? Is this Clint? Is this Clint who?
No. Oh, you're gonna do the personal reference thing?
Oh, this is Florida boy. I see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be hi, my name is Stephen Hawley, calling with High Top Sports, looking for a personal reference for Clint Watson.
Dang, this is a buzzkill. Andy, answer the dang iPhone. Dang phone. Email is hightopsports2@gmail.com. I've got a few more queued up here. Hold on. I got a few more emails. All right, I got
the hat's not too far. I just I decided to give you guys a good look at the locks, so I didn't throw it on tonight.
I got one with John Ricard from Matt Witt.
Okay.
Florida boy says one more. I'll call him right after this.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Nobody wants any love tonight.
Well, it's 10 o'clock at night. I mean, it's almost past my bed.
Calling Andy again, Florida boy. got to answer the third time, right? Like, what if it's an emergency?
Sure.
What if I'm in the ER? It's important. Should I just leave a message? Like, Andy, you're a little bitch for not answering. I'm just gonna leave a message. I'm just gonna be a dick. Little boy, I got you. I'm just gonna be an absolute just Terrence.
Roast this dude.
Please leave your message for 7279 7.
Hey, little bitch Andy, okay? This is a message from your boy Jay. Okay? When we call you 3 times in a row, it's an emergency. You answer the damn phone. You want to know why? Because it's Hate FSU week. Okay? And we just want to let you know to suck it. Suck it long and suck it hard. Okay? And we hope you have a horrible week. And go Gators.
You proud of yourself?
You're muted. You're muted.
Oh,
man.
Oh, my.
You're still muted. I can't hear you.
I'm not on mute.
Did I mute you? Because I can't hear you, Sweet Pea.
There you go. How about now?
I can't hear you.
You disappoint me. You muted me.
Oh, I turned you down. Hello?
Yeah.
I was trying to turn My bad, bro.
You're like,
My
over
bad.
here, like, telling me, like, no.
Florida boy said leave a message. I did. Mr. Nobody's over here crying. Josh says, can we do this every week next season? I live in Louisiana and got plenty. I think we should. Honestly, like, this has started something that I think that I don't mind doing.
No, not at all. Not at all. Look, I mean, no matter what, it's always a hate week for somebody, right? I mean, even in the middle of the season, you've got LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. There's no reason to wait until the end of the year to spread this kind of holiday cheer. Let's just start in September.
Q, I got your email, but it says call HDTV. Like, am I calling a phone company? Who the hell is HDTV, bro? I don't. What the hell is that? What is that? All right, I got one from Clint here. Oh, he'd be up. He's on the West Coast, and he's a FSU fan. Clint, he's an FSU fan. It's the greatest segment ever. His name's HETV Q. Like, that's what I call him.
Forwarded to an automated.
Man.
It's almost like people get spammed all the time and they just don't trust anything. I don't know.
All right, I got 2 more. I got Tabitha. I don't know who this is from. W. Fisher. It says no cussing. Fair enough.
Deal.
All right, I'm calling HETV. It's a real person. He's my homie. All right, just call him HETV. I mean, he's going to know. He's like, I mean, that's obviously a nickname, so he's going to know off the rip that it's a personal phone call. Yo.
Hello?
Hey, is this HDTV?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, man, I got a message from your buddy Q. Q Lee? Is that, you know who that is?
Yeah.
Is that your brakes? Are your brakes that bad? Are you driving somewhere?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, why do they call you HDTV? Are you high def?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, I'm calling you because Q Lee wanted me to send you a message for this holiday season. Okay, to spread some holiday cheer. I hear that you're an FSU fan, okay? So from High Top Sports and Gator Nation, we wanted to let you know to suck it long and suck it hard, okay? We want you to make sure that you choke on your turkey tomorrow. Oh, love it.
Oh,
I love it. Boys and girls, that was a blast. Steve's a great sport as always. You guys are great. Oh, William. Oh, it's William. Doesn't know she answered, but leave a message. All right, I got you, William. My bad. Let's call Williams, and then
we'll do one more.
One more. Last one. Oh, it's a 904 number. That's a local one, boys. Can I say suck it long and suck it hard to her? Or is that too gruesome?
Lee.
I won't say that. Hey, Tabitha. I'll turn it down a little bit. Shoot a text.
Hi, you've reached Tabitha. Sorry I missed your call. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Tabs. It's your boy Shelton here from High Top Sports. We're calling you from your brother, I believe, William Fisher. Wanted me to call in and leave you a message, okay? We're trying to get a hold of you in regards to your car insurance. No, I'm just kidding. We hope you have a miserable week, okay? It's Hate Florida State week. We are Gator fans here at High Top Sports Nation, and we hope that you stub your toe tomorrow on your end table while carrying around the turkey, okay? We hope that when you break the wishbone in half, when you do it with somebody else, right, and you get try getting like a nice tear, all you get is a little tip at the bottom, and the other person gets the entire wishbone. It's not even a good break, okay? It wasn't even worth breaking the wishbone. That's how bad of a day we want you to have. Thanks, Tabs. You know what I'm talking about when you break a wishbone, bro, and like you just don't even get like a nice clean break. Yeah. That's the worst.
You're like the main loser. Yeah,
it's the worst. Literally the worst.
You feel embarrassed in front of your family. That's not how you want to go out on Thanksgiving.
Mario says, right? Shoot a text, boys in a fishbowl. Who are you talking about, Marius? I don't know who he's talking about. All right, boys. I think that was a great way to close out the night. Steve, what do you think?
No, I love it. Look, I love it. And
it's fun.
I know this is rivalry week, but we've got some championship games coming up here in a little bit. So let's get back at it. Let's all look forward to beating the hell out of each other this weekend. I'm sure there'll be some colorful language, maybe some shots at one another's family. I expect that. But look, when it's all said and done, let's get back at it for championship week and really just spread some more holiday cheer. I love this.
Mario says Knowles by 30. Gators by 50.
There you go.
See you guys. Hopefully we see you guys Friday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, William. Let me know what she says. Hopefully we see you guys Friday at Gator Dockside here in San Augustine, Florida at Marabella. Please come hang out with us. We would love to see you guys hang out. Grab a little brewski. Until then, you guys stay safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Tell your family you love them. Sit tight. Have a good time. We're off tomorrow. You guys are off tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. Watch some football. NFL's on. It's going to be a great day. Dial it in. Good night. Love you guys as always. We'll see you next time.
Happy holidays, guys.
Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.